Hey guys, Nina V, welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and review for last night's episode of Love Island. Now, I was not going to be doing a review for this episode, but something was just telling me, like, it's so much going on, it's so much I gotta say, I got so many thoughts and opinions. I need to put my opinions out there. So, that being said, let's hop right into the video. The episode starts out with Zeta talking with Timmy, and she basically wants to know where they stand.
Do you reckon that what we had was like still very strong?
Yes.
Do you think it's stronger than what you have with Priya?
Yes.
Where their relationship is, whether he wants to continue to pursue Bria, or if she needs to know if she wants to continue with Jeff.
Timmy don't want me. I want to crack on with Jeff fully.
Right. She says she needs to know where she stands with Timmy so that she can crack on with Jeff. I need to know where I stand with you because I need to know if I want to crack on with Jeff. First of all, what is crack on? I'm not even gonna say that. That's probably like her slang. This implies like, okay, if me and Timmy, if we don't work out, then I'm gonna just go with Jeff. And that implies that like Jeff is your second choice. Jeff is just a pawn. Jeff is just Jeff. Like, no man wants to feel like he's the second option. Like, Jeff is already like over the situation. I just think she's not being very fair to Jeff, but we'll get into that later into the episode. Zeta pulls Jeff for a talk, and like right when she pulls him for a talk, she was like, "Hi, can I pull you for a talk? Can we talk?" He was like, oh Lord have mercy. Like, he already knew what's going on. He can sense like, okay, dang, she finna tell me she finna be with Timmy. He already know what the vibes is. So Zeta basically tells Jeff that she's still feeling Timmy. She got mad feelings for Timmy, and you can just see the look on Jeff's face like, okay, I already know this. Like, this is no new news for me. Like, I already know what it is. And she tells Jeff that she wants to give Jeff 100%. And Jeff says, hey, bro, you ain't gotta tell me that. He was like, you ain't gotta tell me that.
I knew that shit was coming. I still care about her and stuff like that. I don't want nothing bad to happen to her. I hope Timmy treat her right.
Do what you gotta do. And Jeff, I'm starting to see like he's really real. Like, he say what's on his mind. He don't want you to sell him a dream, or he don't want you to sugarcoat nothing with him. It's just kind of what Zeta is trying to do with him. Like, I still want you, blah, blah, blah. So then the scene cuts to Sydney saying, I got a text. She gets a text about the hideaway, and basically all the islanders are like, yeah, you and Isaiah need to go on the hideaway.
Sydney and Isaiah, automatically. The horniest couple, of course, deserves to go to the hideaway night one.
You better put some extra chicken on that plate, bro. You're gonna need the protein tonight.
They voted for Isaiah and Sydney to go into the hideaway. Then the scene cuts to Isaiah and Sydney in the hideaway. They're getting the mood set. They're eating strawberries. They're talking about really nothing, just foreplay or whatever. And like, they get to kissing and stuff, and she wraps her legs around him and everything. I'm like, your feet are dirty, Sydney. Your feet are dirty. They look like you've been walking in black charcoal and Cheeto dust. I was like, that is not cute. And I didn't want to say anything. Anyways, the scene cuts back to Timmy and Zeta talking, and she basically says that she doesn't want to have to go back and forth between two boys. She's battling Jeff. She's trying to juggle Timmy. She's trying to see where her head is at. And she basically tells Timmy that she thinks about Timmy while she's in bed with Jeff. It's just a whole lot of going on. In the midst of that conversation, Bria pulls Jeff for a talk. Basically,
Oh my God, I have to go over there.
No, you don't, bro.
I really do.
No, you don't.
I really do.
Really can't sit there any longer feeling like I don't know like what's going on, because it's like this is like just not okay, like for me. Like, if this is what you want to do, just like please let me know.
while Zeta and Timmy are talking, they're talking about like how much they miss each other. Bria's not you and I want you. And Timmy basically says that his connection is stronger with Zeta than it is with Bria. That's not something good to watch. You already feel like you're not good enough, and you already see that Timmy has a better connection with Zeta and they're always making out. Timmy basically tells Bria that he likes Zeta more. That's all Bria needed to hear. And basically she got up well, she was like, you know, thank you for telling me. I appreciate the honesty. She got up and left. And honestly, like, she breaks down. I felt for her. I really did. Like, because first of all, in the beginning, Zeta was just bullying her. Like, I'm not going to say the word bully, but like, she was just really at her throat, like coming at Bria. And I didn't appreciate that. Like, yes, I like Zeta, but when she started like showing her colors and acting a little crazy, I was like, nah. So Bria finally let all those emotions out. She was crying, and her brother Chaz came to her rescue and was comforting her. And Bria was just so upset. She was talking about how like it's easy for people to be like, they come up to you and approach you like, oh dang, you pretty, you fine, whatever, let me talk to you, get to know you. And then it's just like she was saying, once they get to know her, they just leave, and that just hurts. That was like really sad to see. After Bria and Timmy and Zeta talk, you know, when she came over and interrupted them, Zeta pulled Jeff for a talk. Basically tells Jeff that she still has a connection or stronger feelings with Timmy than she does with him. And Jeff could already see that coming. He could see that coming from miles away. After Zeta tells Jeff that she still has feelings for Timmy and she's going to pursue things with Timmy, Zeta says, but I still have feelings for you. Jeff immediately cut her off. He said, you ain't got to tell me that. You do not have to tell me that. And he is darn Skippy right. When you tell somebody, yeah, I'm not feeling you, I'm gonna go with him, but just know deep down I still have feelings for you, don't nobody want to hear that, because that sounds like a lie. If you still got feelings for Jeff, you would have been with Jeff. But no, you're with Timmy. Don't tell nobody that lie. That's just like when you break up with somebody and they're like, you know, I still love you, this and that. It makes no sense. Like, either you're gonna be with me or you're not gonna be with me. And I feel for Jeff. I feel for Jeff. And the scene cuts back to, well, first of all, Timmy was in the bed in the room just chilling, drinking his water. And Chaz was like, hey, bro, we need to talk.
I hope everything, you know, goes well with you and Zeta in the end.
Thank you, Brody.
But type shit, just know, like, after you make this decision, there is no going back to Bria for no reason at all.
Yeah, bro.
Timmy was basically apologizing to Chaz about Bria. He was giving that big brother energy, which was super cute. You know, he's just trying to look out for his sister and have her best interest in mind, because at the end of the day, yes, Chaz did choose Timmy for Bria. Of course, like, he didn't see this coming. He didn't know this is how things were gonna play out between them. Then it's nighttime. Timmy thinks he finna get up in bed and just sleep with Bria. Not sleep, but just go to sleep. Bria was like,
You should sleep outside.
Outside?
Yeah.
She was not having that, and that is exactly what he did. He went outside, slept on the couch, and Zeta came to his rescue, and she slept with him outside. Cuts back to the hideaway scene. Of course, you know, Sydney and Isaiah are in the hideaway doing it. Then it cuts over to the next morning, and Sydney slept with her makeup on. She had like mascara all under her eyes. Like, I'm not saying you gotta wake up to a man looking like perfect or beautiful or just whatever, but oh my gosh, it's 2022. Ladies, we know not to sleep in makeup. That's the worst thing you can do, let alone sleep with mascara on and you sleeping next to your crush and you wake up with raccoon eyes and then her tracks were showing. I'm like, oh my gosh. She returns back to the villa and she tells her little girlfriends like about the hideaway. We had so much fun. She's just on cloud 9. So she's super happy about their night. Deb talks about when she was in the confession room, she talks about like how she wishes she had a mix of what Sydney and Isaiah have mixed with what her and Jesse have, because she was basically saying like Sydney and Isaiah are both like horny or whatever to each other and more passionate than what her and Jesse have. And she basically says, you know, they're more touchy toward each other, but her and Jesse just don't really do anything. The next morning, I believe, Zeta pulls Bria for a chat and they have a woman-to-woman, heart-to-heart talk.
No, like, you and I started to get on.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to feel like that's gone anywhere. I think you're a lovely girl.
Thank you.
And I'm hurting for you, but it's not nice. And I truly know that.
I feel like this talk needed to happen because their first talk didn't go so well. Zeta was just at her neck And I feel like it was just a lot of built up tension, and that night when Bria was just boo-hoo crying, like she had to release that. She had to get that out of her system. So that was a nice talk. I can tell it was genuine. It wasn't like with malicious intent. They needed to have that type of talk, you know, just that closure. Deb gets a text basically saying that her and Jesse are going to be going on their first date. Everybody in the house is excited, and it cuts over to Sydney and Isaiah having a talk basically about their night in the hideaway. And Sydney's just asking him, like, how do you feel? Do you feel like our connection got deeper? Do you feel like it got deeper from last night? First of all, y'all just did it. Y'all did what y'all did. Y'all did a thug thizzle. And like, she asking him, like, do you feel like our connection got deeper? Like, I can just tell, like, she's already going to be clingy toward him after that. And she basically asked, like, do you have real feelings for me? And basically Isaiah is just reassuring her that yes, he has feelings for her, and that his head won't turn, and that he doesn't want to get to know any new girls, and that he's just stuck on Sydney. I don't know if it's too soon to say that, because if that does happen, she's gonna be heartbroken. Jesse and Deb go on their date, their little jet ski cute date, and Jesse basically is just telling Deb he wants to earn her trust back. He basically makes up an excuse about why he's not super affectionate toward her, and he's saying that because he grew up without a dad, he didn't know how to show affection to a woman. First of all, I don't think affection is really like learned. Okay, I say things with hesitation because I don't want to get backlash for it, but I really don't care. This is my channel. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. If you're a man, if you're feeling a girl, you're gonna like show affection, or, you know, it doesn't have to be like you kissing each other face off every 5 seconds, but you know how to show in different ways that you're interested in this girl. And he just has not been doing that with Deb, and he uses that excuse as like, okay, let me tell her this so she can kind of leave me alone about not showing PDA. I think he does like her, but he's just moving a little bit slower, and she just wants to kind of jump the gun or whatever and be extra touchy because she is seeing Isaiah and Sydney doing that. And, you know, I feel like she's maybe kind of comparing herself and Jesse to their situation. But I don't know. I don't think you really should use that excuse for like not showing affection to Deb. It's either you like her and you're gonna show her all that mushy gushy stuff, or, you know, just, I don't know. I'm still trying to feel him out. People saying he don't really like Deb like that. Who freaking knows? So Bria and Timmy have a talk. Basically, it's a closure talk, and Timmy basically apologizes to Bria. He's seen her upset. He saw her crying. Her brother was coming at him. Just basically is saying that he's sorry, and that in the beginning, yes, he wanted to get to know Bria with a clear mind, but always in the back of his head, he had Zeta on his mind. And basically, he's sorry for leading her on. Deb is basically saying, it cuts back. You know, these scenes cut back and forth and back and forth. So I try to make my notes in chronological order. Deb is just saying that the lack of Jesse's PDA makes her feel unwanted. Like, in the real world, like, if I'm getting to know you and it's a week, I don't know. I don't think I would want all that, like, ushy gushy, like, kissing me all on my face and stuff. You know, a peck on the cheek, that's cool. I don't really kiss unless I have a title, meaning like I only kiss my boyfriends. I don't kiss anyone outside of my boyfriends. Where am I going with this? I just lost my train of thought. Okay, hold on. I feel like within a week, all that PDA extra stuff, I feel like maybe she's asking a little bit too much, or pressuring Jesse a little bit too much for extra PDA. Maybe he is just not there yet. Maybe he actually really likes her, but he's trying to take things slow and maybe be a gentleman. Deb is on cloud 9. She's telling her girlfriends about their date. And then it cuts to Serenity and Chaz having a talk.
I just wanted to see like where your head is at, because I feel like there's definitely a but. Like, I know you appreciate me and stuff like that. Yeah, on your end though. Like, I feel like you like the way I treat you and you like where we are, but I feel like there's a but.
I felt really bad for Chaz. Like, I like Chaz. I just hope that Serenity does not make a bad decision, just cuts him off, just doesn't give him a chance, and just leads him and drags him on. That things seem kind of one-sided. He's putting in all the effort. He's cooking her breakfast. He's giving her words of affirmation, reassuring her, and all these compliments, and just, you can tell he's really interested in her, and she's not really putting in the same energy, and he can sense that. Serenity just says, I don't know, I'm really trying, I'm still trying to get to know you, I'm trying to learn you. And she just says that something is off, something feels off. What feels off? What feels off? He's showing you every which way that he's interested in you, and pretty soon, if you're not reciprocating that back, he's gonna move on. He's gonna move on. If you don't appreciate a good thing in your face, somebody else gonna see it and snatch it right away from you. So if another new girl come in the house and you still like feeling like something off, he is gonna explore some other options. I don't know, I was real happy for her in the beginning when Chaz came into the picture. I'm like, okay, yes, Serenity finally found her peace in the villa. And now she's like, something's off. Jeff and Bria end up having a talk. And basically, Bria is just saying that in the beginning, she felt like her and Jeff had a natural connection, a spark. You know, this natural, this mutual attraction. Because in one of the games they were playing, like, they were just, you know, all over each other. And, you know, she was just basically saying, like, outside the village, Jeff is definitely her type. She's coming back to Jeff and just like, yeah, you know, I think I want to explore us. That's basically what she is saying. Jeff tells Bria that he was like, yeah, I want you all to myself. And he wasn't looking her in the eyes. And then that's when I get the player vibes again from Jeff. Jeff lost the player vibes when I saw he was like vulnerable and stuff, like when Zeta was moving on with Timmy, and it's like, now you telling Bria like out the blue that now Zeta not in the picture, that I want you all to myself. But he said the same lines to Zeta when he first came in the house. So I'm kind of iffy about that. Yes, that does leave Jeff vulnerable. He could potentially be dumped off if he does not find another connection in the house. And that's probably why he's trying to explore things with Bria. Then he was like, because he saw Bria crying and stuff the other night, he was like, never let no man let you cry like that. You a trophy. Now I thought that was cute. That was cute. It's like he lost points and then he gained the points back. And it cuts to Maddie and Andy having a talk with each other. Andy says that if a new girl comes in, his head won't be turned. I feel like, don't say it. I just feel like in these type of shows like this, don't say that, because the moment it happens, those words are stuck in a girl's head. You told me your head wouldn't turn, and that's gonna make her use that against you, and you're just gonna definitely lose all of her trust, because Isaiah told that to Sydney, and now Andy's telling that to Maddie. And when you tell a girl that, like, it sticks. Okay, it sticks. And the moment you break that and your head turns for another girl, it's wraps. It's wraps. Basically, Andy's just telling her like he wants to gain her trust back. Zeta and Timmy go for a talk. Again, see, I'm seeing this pattern throughout the show. I didn't even realize it. Timmy is saying that anyone that tries to break up him and Zeta or try to come in between them, they're going to be shunned. They're not going to get any of my attention. I know Casa Amor is coming up. I don't know when, but don't sell a girl a dream. If you let your words, let your yay be your yay and your nay be your nay. Don't make a promise, because you may or may not keep that promise. And when you break that promise, it's done. They kiss, and they're kissing in front of everybody basically. And of course Bria can see it. She's watching, she can see it, and she's hurt. She's still hurt. She feels some type of way about it. So then the host comes in, she's doing her little catwalk or whatever. I just feel like I miss Ariel. I miss her. Can't nobody do the runway walk and flip her hair and do all that good like Ariel. Ariel was killing the game. Then America got to choose and vote. Unfortunately, I don't think I got to vote in this one. I didn't get to vote. Yeah, the bottom two couples were Bria and Timmy, and Andy and Maddie. So they have to save one girl and one boy. Zeta not finna let her man Timmy leave, so I know Timmy is gonna stay. I think Bria and Timmy should definitely stay. Timmy, of course, because obviously like he has a connection with Zeta, obviously, and Bria and Jeff do have potential to like turn into a couple, so I think that's why Bria and Timmy should stay. Maddie and Andy, I don't know. I think Maddie and Andy should leave. They can explore whatever they got going on outside the villa. But Bria and Timmy definitely needs to stay. I'm gonna wrap this video up because my freaking camera keeps cutting me off and it's pissing me off. We'll get to see you on tonight's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.